He was sleeping up on his roost at the top of his cage. I know! Barn owls are, they're lovely. They're just lovely. Fur, bones, teeth, feathers, whatever. Grass, if they ate some grass, or some small rocks when they were eating on the ground. Those large undigestible materials actually stay in the stomach, and the stomach crushes or packs them. Stomach is a really powerful muscle, and it pushes things out into the intestine, and then the things that can't go, they get mashed into a little ball, which you have in front of you in aluminum foil, and that's called a pellet. It's a pellet. It's so disgusting when they do it. They're like, but out it comes, and he has cast his pellet. Now, when pellets come out, I
got a rib cage. I got a pile of bones.
No, rib cage where?
Right here.
You only say rib cage if it's the rib cage.
It is.
That's just a part of a rib cage. Holy moly, India, look at this. This is my third skull. India, look at this.
Is that your third skull? Ooh. I think my pellet only ate a mouse.
Peloton.
There's a lot of fur and a lot
I want to find an owl that ate an
Look at all these chunks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not a gopher.
Look at that.
I'll find the
Look at that one. They glean some off of it. I mean, they're going to wash some of the calcium off of it just with the acids. But the
every single bone.
Nice.
No, I was just trying to set my bones aside.
well, you know, they're
Put them on your napkin.
All over the place. It still looks beautiful, but you're like, what is wrong with this drone? Yeah, so every plant has its own unique ID, and so what we can do is each year we go through the entire plot, we apply the experiment, and then we look at every single plant. We're like, okay, for plant 212, is it reproducing this year? Is it still, first, is it here, or did it die? And then if it's here, how big is it? And then we can compare to other years to see if it grew or shrunk. And then if it's here, is it reproducing? And how much reproduction is it doing? So here's Vicky's supplemental pollination kit. And so you can see, so unlike this flower here, oops. This one's pretty dull. It's past its prime at this point. Whereas this one, you can see the things sticking out. Those are the anthers. So they're ready to go. This is ready to be pollinated.
They should have all the pollen, and if you like just tap it slightly, you get little dots of yellow on your hand, and you know, like, okay, this one's ready to go. We can use you. Thank you for your sacrifice.
So smush it into the other flower. So if you look closely, there's pollen sticking out and some stigmas, the female parts, and all we would do is rub them together like this. And in the process, we do that a few times, but you end up putting the pollen on the other plant. And so we do that every couple of days to make sure that the plant has been pollinated. We want to make sure its reproduction is maxed out.
Yeah.
No stigmas left behind.
And I get on at 7 o'clock every morning and I enter in the amount of snow, the amount of water in it, and the amount of snow on the ground, and the amount of water on the ground. Now, the way you do that, like I said, you know, to get that bucket and stuff, so you can do that with a class. Now,
and so this one's really healthy because most of what we're seeing are things like mayflies. There's a lot of these little stoneflies and some of those bigger caddisflies. I don't see any of those right now in here. But those things are all really like good indicators of healthy rivers. So they tend to not live in rivers that are polluted. And so a lot of assessment of water quality is based on bioassessment. So they'll go and they'll sample the insects, and you can tell just from the insects, like if you're getting mostly these three things, like that's generally an indicator that the water quality of that river is healthy.